Hey losers, I'm Coral. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am continuing on a series that I have neglected, mostly because I review these books in my wrap-ups and then I kind of forget that I have wanted to do this and then I don't do it, or then I'm like, oh man, I just did that. I just talked about this in my wrap-up and then I don't do it. But this is my Paperbacks from Hell reviews series. So I recently read Katie by Michael McDowell. This was published originally in 1982. However, this copy is a reprint from Valancourt Books, which came out in maybe, let me see, let's check this, 2015, which actually I didn't realize that they were doing this so long ago. This is almost 10 years old. Michael McDowell typically is known for his more like Southern Gothic work. However, this one takes place mostly in New England, which is a little bit different than his other stuff. He wrote things such as Blackwater, The Elementals, Cold Moon Over Babylon. He also wrote the screenplays for the movies Beetlejuice and A Nightmare Before Christmas. Unfortunately, he has passed away, so we don't get any more of his excellent movies and books, which is really a shame because he was really very interesting. Like, as far as his works go, I didn't know him personally, obviously, but as far as his works go, he seems like he was like a really fucking interesting dude, right? Like a weirdo, and I appreciate that, and I'm sad that he's no longer here. Okay, so as far as Katie goes, I really liked this book. Katie. Now this book is actually about two young women. We're following Katie Slape and also another young woman named Philo Drax. And I would say Philo is really the main character. Philo and her mother live in poverty in this little town called New Egypt, which is in New Jersey. And boy, they're really having a tough time. It's like they are scraping pennies together. But one day, sort of good fortune falls upon them when they get a letter in the mail from Philo's grandfather, who's writing to Philo's mother saying, like, I'm sorry I have abandoned you for so long. I have been crippled, basically. He's lost the use of his legs. He's been bedridden. He's saying to Philo's mother that your brother has been taking care of me, but because of my disability, he's felt pressure to get married. And the woman he's married is not a very nice woman. And now your brother is dead. I think that possibly she has killed him. And now she's married another man and brought his daughter with him. So now I have this strange family living with me, and I don't trust their intentions. Of course, Philo's grandfather owns a farm and has a small fortune. And this, you know, is really Philo's inheritance and could bring them out of poverty. Something that Philo's lived in her entire life, and like the prospect of not living like that anymore is just, you know, I'm sure we can imagine, incredible, you know, the thought of that. And so he writes to them asking, please, like, I need help. I'm scared for my life now because they've convinced me to give over my land, and now I'm worried that they're going to kill me for the money that I have as well. Philo decides to go help as she can, like go there physically and see what she can do. Unfortunately, she's not able to save her grandfather, and this kind of triggers this cat and mouse game between her and the Slape family, where they're kind of like chasing each other around all of New England. Sometimes intentionally and sometimes not. Sometimes just running into each other as it happens. But Philo really eventually vows like to see them all dead. Well, at different points, they vow to see each other dead, kind of. Philo's kind of a smart young woman who is very, like, stalwart and steadfast and surprisingly, like, I don't know, she just has a lot of misfortune come upon her, but no matter what, she always, you know, puts another foot forward and, like, meets the next day. And the Slapes are a family of criminals who are not very smart people, but they're very cunning people. And the daughter, Katie, she cannot read, she cannot write. She has some sort of psychic ability, and also she's very murderous. She's not smart, she's murderous, she has a psychic ability, and she's always just fucking grinning, which is unsettling. And she's a very naughty girl, I would say. She's very quick with her hammer, always just wanting to kind of beat things that don't obey her the way she wants to. She wants them to. Yes, I did like this book very much. I think Michael McDowell has a way of writing that it's just, I wouldn't say that it is like flowery or anything like that, but it's just very nice writing, and it pulls you in and you just want to know what's going to happen next. And with this story in particular, it was so engrossing because there's parts that are so brutal, and then something like nice would happen, and then some misfortune would happen, but then something nice would happen, but then something like really like gross. They talk about something gross happening, but then, you know, it was just like this roller coaster of highs and lows and brutality, and such a strange book, especially with the setting being in, this takes place in 1871 is when this starts out. So quite a while ago. It made for an interesting setting, I think, for sure, especially with all that was going on. And I think Michael McDowell wrote it very well. Yeah, almost like the Bloody Benders, kind of. Because it was interesting too, because the mother and father of this family, they weren't really killing to kill things, but Katie was. She kind of was. She kind of liked it. I don't think that the parents, John and Hannah, I don't think they didn't mind killing, but they weren't like bloodthirsty. But I think Katie, she kind of liked it, I think. So that's kind of interesting when you think about it. And also I was thinking about it, and it's like, so many terrible things happen to Philo in this book. So many misfortunes come to her and the people around her at the hands of the Slapes. But if she had never encountered the Slapes at all, the good things that happened to her also would never have happened, which is very interesting. So when you think about it. Anyway, so I really thoroughly enjoyed Katie. One of my favorite books of the year. One of my favorite paperbacks from hell that I've read. I absolutely recommend picking this one up. If you like Michael McDowell but haven't read this one, I think that you'll definitely enjoy this one. Although it is a little outside of his normal, like I said, his normal Southern Gothic type books, but I still think that you'll like this. That is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Goodbye.